Hello and welcome back to Anwar Malik's YouTube channel, where I am creating a series of videos of my learning to become a full stack developer in 2024. In last previous few videos, I have been working on HTML and then CSS, Bootstrap CSS. I worked on Figma to create a layout, not perfect layout, just to start with, and then I will be moving on to creating a better layout on in Figma. So in today's video, I do want to show a few more things that what things I bought to help me learn software development, learn HTML, CSS, web development, mobile app. I won't be going into the mobile development, but for now it will be the front end and the back end, the web based products. That's what I will be working on. I also talked about that we will be looking at digital marketing. And so let's start like what I have been doing in the last 4 or 5 weeks, I have been doing. So I looked at building a website, which I showed in last few videos, that I started creating this layout in HTML and using CSS. So I created a number of pages into it. I have been learning JavaScript and I applied JavaScript into it, and then I tried to do some calculations. For example, here on the services page, I used like Bootstrap cards to create this layout, and then a table which we I didn't show how to create the table. This is something new I will be adding into my videos. So I applied some JavaScript into it. Like for example, if I change a month here, the subscription price changes here. If I do annually, and it changed whatever it is there. So this is not something live pricing or something, but it's just like something I have been adding. I also did a simple calculator, for example. Okay, if I just add, it shows the result, minus, multiply, and division. So that's something I implemented there. I also worked on creating a page called cost, which I will talk about what are these costs and how much I paid for those tools and why I bought these tools. I will be talking about them as well. There is one more page I'm working on. It's not ready. I'm just trying figuring out how to fix it. So I'm just doing, like, for example, if I want to change my a currency from euro to dollars or pounds, so not everything is implemented, but that definitely changes. So what I did, I had a base price added, and then I'm just multiplying with this quantity. I have to change this label as well. Okay, so I also created a form. So I'm trying to show that what I have been doing in the last, you can see the last video was a month ago, and I did not post any video in the last 1 month. But in last 1 month, I have been making myself busy in doing a lot of things. So I could do a better video in coming days. All right. So before moving on to the courses, I do want to show you my intention that when I was coding here, I am not writing any CSS. It's only just 1 or 2 lines I had there just to change my background or give one static my own color scheme to some buttons or some links there. But I'm not adding any CSS. And the reason I'm not adding CSS, I am using class-based CSS. Like in here, this is the CSS for padding, and this is the like background, BG background and the white background. This is margin bottom or margin below, margin bottom, yeah. So that is something I'm using. The reason, because I want to move on to Tailwind, and when I started developing or learning the development, I have been speaking to the software developers who are working in industry and what is the latest things people are using. And the Tailwind is one of the CSS. There are a number of other CSS as well, similar to Tailwind. Is better. I will be able to do comparison down on the road, not at this stage. So these are the tools which are helping developers to create a better uh, web applications, faster web applications, because they are kind of like done for you. So a lot of components is already there. So I purchased it and I will add its price in my list there. I think it's 20 246 something there. I will add that. All right. Okay, so let's start with the courses I have purchased. Oh, sorry. With Tailwind, I will be using Next.js, which is a React framework, and I will move to the React framework, and then it's better for the SE. It's quicker, fast applications, mobile friendly applications. So I will be moving on to these tools very soon. All right. So a few products I purchased are, one is I went to the Coursera last year and I purchased Coursera Plus, which is 361 euros. I spent that much money to learn a lot of courses there, and I have done a few courses through it there. One of them is uh, programming with JavaScript. Yeah, I'm not very good, but I still got 97.73. Yeah, that's good. So programming with the JavaScript, this is one of the course I completed. I'm working on, I do have some interest in AI, and I'm just doing some basic courses. They are like small short courses on about uh, generative AI and related AI. So, and I did foundation of digital marketing. I did introduction to social media marketing, and I'm doing this from Google, from Facebook, from Meta. The reason I'm doing them because those two big companies, they have the latest trends. So I'm trying to adopt the latest technology, latest courses as well. The second course I bought, or second software, or second application, or second service I purchased was the Codecademy, and in the Codecademy I spent like £47. Um, that is about like 56, 57 euros. All my prices are in euros, so somehow it was showing me here pounds. All right, so in in Codecademy, I have a lot of courses. So I started few of them. So one of them, for example, computer science. I do want to know the basics of the computer science as well, and that course I haven't completed yet, but I did start it. So there are a number of courses in it. Like one of them is fundamental of Python. So I in the beginning of this video series, I did mention that I will be working on Python. As I said, like I do have interest in AI. I do want to learn AI. Every company is talking about AI. All right. So another course or software or like a website with the courses I purchased. AlgoExpert, where they have like a lot of crash courses and the questions about interviewing when you apply for the jobs there is, and I think I spent $49 on it. So I will come to the website where I have been creating a table and I have been adding, and Tailwind is another software or another service I purchased for my learning, which is like 249 pounds, something like euros for some. All right. So if I go to my website, which I'm building, and if I go to the cost page, I have added like what tools I am purchasing, and I have given its price. So for example, Canva is I linked it as well. So Canva is basically a tool where we can create and design for our website, for social media, for brochure, posters, TikTok videos. So there are tons of things we can do with Canva. The second is Coursera, which we just looked at here. Where's that? Here. And then in Coursera, tons of courses available from universities, from professional companies, industries. So the reason I purchased, for example, the Plus subscription, because it could give me the latest courses as well, like this course is included in Coursera Plus. So if I had not purchased, I would not be getting this course, so I had to get it. It's good for learning that I spend a good money. Like my budget is about 1,000 euro. I need to spend 1,000 euro this year on my learning, and I think I am not close to say, so 400 something, 500. So I think I'm around 500. So that's something I have already spent, or maybe 600 something. We'll do the calculation in JavaScript. All right. So and then I spend money on Codecademy. There's a lot of courses going on, advertisement on the Facebook, and I looked at it and I did like it. So I started like Python. What is that? So I started Python, and I really liked it. The way they are teaching, it's very simple, and I make like to test that is it a simple or not. So my daughter, she's 9, and I gave her, and I said, okay, can you understand it? And she spent a couple of hours, and she said, yeah, I could understand it. So it's very simple, simple ways they are adopting to teach us. And then we will continue with our further development, and then I can go back and say, okay, so what I have been doing here. So I am using HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap to create my layouts. I designed this logo in oh yeah, I forgot one more thing there. So another tool I have is Figma. So in Figma, uh, we can, oops. Okay, so in Figma, we can design the layouts. We can design images in Photoshop or Canva. We import them here and we create the layouts, and we collaborate with other team members as well. And this is something. And then with their latest updates, they also give the code ready, okay, ready for the developers. Okay, we can get a lot of information. Okay, what this item is there, what's the size, what's the padding, and everything is there. So this is very good tool for learning, if we are looking at developing websites. So it is like £11 per month, but it's free for the students. So I'm using like free for students this version. It should be in the pound. Okay, so like $12 per month. All right. So I designed this logo in Canva, and I created a layout using HTML and CSS. I added my YouTube videos in it. So using cards, bootstrap cards, I can open here. So I'm using the latest version, five versions, and then example. No, the documents. I have all of the information here, which I have been using in my previous videos there. But like I said, I will soon be moving to Tailwind and Next.js. All right. So in my services, like I said, I have added some JavaScript. If I go to my code, and if I look into the JavaScript, okay, so I will create a separate video, not one video, it will be number of videos about JavaScript when I will actually start using most of the JavaScript. Okay, so I created a function, and in function I am getting a value from my HTML element, and then I'm using its ID. So if I go back to my services page here, and then in my services page, so for example, this is the function I'm talking about, perform calculation. So I will be talking about it like more in detail when I make the video. But today's the video was about like what I have been doing in the last 1 month, why there was no video in last 1 month. So that's something I want to tell, that I have been looking at number of courses there. I have been learning JavaScript. I have been doing some courses. I have a friend who is helping me to learn software development. So this is like one-to-one teaching as well. So I am introducing number of ways I can use to learn. So this is the ID, like number one. So this is the ID, and I'm getting number one ID and then number two ID. So when I go to the website, so this is number one. So whatever ID, and then I say value. So whatever user enters the value, I'm capturing that. And after getting this value, I am performing some calculation. For example, if somebody clicks on sum, the result is number one plus number two. If there's a difference, number one minus number two, and then multiplication, and then division, and then there is a math rule that we cannot divide by zero. So cannot divide by zero. That's something I'm doing it. So all those calculation we will be looking into it. So I would say that's it for the today, and in the next video I will continue like the live coding to develop this page, the developing the table, and then developing the what's that the form. So next video I will do how to create a form in HTML CSS, how to create a table. And last thing I did here was like, okay, so I started making notes and how I can display my notes in like on weekly basis. For example, what I have done in week one. So if I click on week one, so there should be some notes. Okay, that's my notes for the week one. And the idea is that I will be adding the code into it. Okay, that's some like my code for the last 1 week, and I will do this when I move to the HTML, sorry, to the Tailwind and Next.js. And then similarly, if I can select, so I did like two different ways. Okay, so one is the drop down way and one is just click on the button. So I'm figuring out that what layout I need to adopt. So if I click on week two, or week two from here, a third week, so this is the notes I can add into it. So this is all done in JavaScript. If I go to the code and quickly show the what is that? Okay, so this is like third week, and this is something I have been adding in JavaScript there. So that's it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next video where I will continue coding. And I think I will need two more videos in HTML CSS, and then on the third video I will jump to the Tailwind and Next.js, like Next.js, React, Tailwind, those three things. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.